Hello, welcome to our channel Learn to Score. In this video, I am going to show how to solve linear equation having the variable on one side. This is from linear equations in one variable chapter of class 8th. I hope you will like the video. Please subscribe to our channel for regular updates. Thank you. Let us now learn about linear equations having variable on one side first. Let us consider the following equations. 2x minus 7 equal to 35, that is the equation 1. And second equation is 4x minus 1 equal to 2x plus 5, right? Let's first understand the first equation. Here, the first equation has got variable x, right? Only one term has got variable x, and its degree is 1, right? Because x power 1 can be written as x, we say that the degree of this particular term is 1, and since that is the highest degree or the highest power, you say that degree of this particular equation is 1. When you have degree of equation as 1, you say that that is a linear equation, right? That's why we say that 2x minus 7 equal to 35 is a linear equation, and since only x is the variable here, we say that it is a linear equation in one variable. Got it? Another point you have to note here is that x is there only on left hand side of the equation, right? For that reason, we say that it is a linear equation having variable on one side. Now you understood what does it mean by linear equation having variable on one side. Now let's look at the second part or the second equation, that is 4x minus 1 equal to 2x plus 5, right? There are two terms containing x. The variable in this particular case is just x, right? But interestingly, x is the terms containing x are there on both the sides. Let's look at the degree of these terms. This particular term has got power 1, x power 1. This also has got x power 1. For that reason, you say that degree of this term is 1 and degree of this term is also 1 and highest degree is 1, right? For that reason, we say that degree of this whole equation is 1. When degree of the whole equation is 1, what do you call it? You call it a linear equation, right? Now I said that 4x minus 1 equal to 2x plus 5 is a linear equation, and it is a linear equation in one variable. The reason is that though you have two terms containing x, but both the terms have got only one variable, that is x, right? For that reason, we say that linear equation in one variable. Look at this. You have x on RHS and x on left hand side also. For that reason, we say that it is a linear equation having variable on both the sides. Now we understood the difference between this and the previous equation. In the previous equation, linear equation is having only variable on one side, whereas in the second case, you have the linear equation that is having variable on both the sides. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to solve this kind of equations. Got it? Let's take a look at one example problem so that you will understand how to solve these kind of equations. Solve the equation 3y plus 39 equal to 8. Look at this. Y is the only variable, and that too having degree 1, right? And another thing is, on only left hand side you have variable. For that reason, this is a linear equation having one variable, and that too variable is on one side of the equation. Got it? Now we want to solve this equation. What do you mean by solving this equation? Solving the equation means you want to find value of the variable. In this particular case, it is y. We want to find what is the value of y that satisfies this whole equation. We want to find that. When you find that, you say that I have solved this problem, right? There are two methods to solve these kind of equations. One is inverse method and other is transpose method. Of course, from the inverse method, you will understand, why you have gotten something like transpose method, right? Let's take a look at inverse method first. When you observe this equation, what you can say is I have 3y plus 39 equal to 8, right? I want to get value of y. Means I want to arrange the equation such that I have only y on one side and something else on the other side, or the value of y on the other side of the equation, right? We want to do that. For that, we are going to make use of inverse method here. Okay. Now, look at this. We have 39, right? 39 is getting added to 3y. 3y is the term which has got y, right? We want to finally get the value of y, right? So 39 is getting added to the term containing y. We know that inverse operation of addition is subtraction, right? Since 39 is getting added to 3y, the term containing y, we want to subtract 39 from both the sides of the equation. Please note this. 39 is getting added to the term containing y. That's why we are subtracting 39 from both the sides of the equation. I'm subtracting 39 here. I'm subtracting 39 here also, right? When you have something like 39 minus 39, this goes to 0, right? Now, when you simplify this equation, this becomes 3y equal to 8 minus 39. We know 8 minus 39 equal to 31, right? Now, I have rearranged the given equation such that now I arrived at another linear equation in one variable, that is 3y equal to minus 31, right? Now look at this. We have 3y. 3y means it is 3 into y, right? 3 is multiplying the variable y, right? Now we know that inverse operation of multiplication is division. Since 3 is multiplying the variable y, what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both the sides of the equation with number 3. When I do that, I can write it as 3y divided by 3 equal to minus 31 by 3. You see, on both the sides we have divided with number 3. Now I can cancel this and this becomes 1 and 1. So y equal to minus 31 by 3 is the answer we are looking for, right? Now, take a note of this. We know already anyway inverse operations. If you have addition operation, then inverse operation is going to be subtraction. That's what we have done when we have dealt with number 39, right here. If you have subtraction as the operation, then inverse operation is going to be addition. If you have multiplication as the operation, then inverse operation is going to be division. That's what we have seen. 3 is multiplying y. For that reason, we wanted to divide both the sides of the equation with number 3, right? If division is the operation, then multiplication is going to be the inverse operation. Now understood what does it mean by inverse method? We make use of inverse operations to simplify the equation such that we get the value of the variable of interest. In this particular case, variable is y. We want to solve this particular equation to get the value of y, right? For that, we made use of inverse operations of addition and then multiplication. Got it? Now let's look at transpose method. 3y plus 39 equal to 8 is the given equation, right? You look at this, you have plus 39, right? You now look at the whole term with the sign also, right? So you have plus 39. What I'm saying is I want to take this plus 39 from left hand side of the equation to right hand side of the equation. When you do that, when you take plus 39 to the right hand side, it becomes minus 39. Please note this. Okay. So 3y is going to be equal to 8 minus 39. Got it? In the inverse method also we got this equation, right? 3y equal to 8 minus 39. That can be written as 3y equal to minus 31. right? Now look at this 3y means we have 3 into y, right? Let's transpose or take number 3 which is multiplying y from left hand side to right hand side of the equation. In this particular equation 3 is multiplying y, so we want to take this particular 3 from left hand side to right hand side. When you take that to right hand side, actually what happens is, since it is multiplying on left hand side, it is going to divide on the right hand side. That's why it divides minus 31 now. So when I write the equation, it becomes y equal to minus 31 by 3. This is what the answer you have earlier also obtained for this particular equation, right? What we have done here is we have taken either a term or a number from one side of the equation to the other side to solve the problem, right? Or otherwise you can say that we have transposed a term. In the first case, actually we have transposed a term or a number. In the second case, we have transposed a number, that is 3, right? From one side of the equation to the other side of the equation to solve the given equation. That's why, since we are transposing this, we say that this method is called transpose method. Please note this. And we are going to make use of transpose method only when we are solving various problems from this chapter. Now look at this equation. X plus 5 equal to 3 is there, right? What you want to do is, if you want to get the value of x, you would be transposing plus 5 from left hand side to right hand side, right? When you do that, it becomes minus 5. So it can be written as x equal to 3 minus 5. And then you simplify it to get the answer. Similarly, I have an equation a minus 5 equal to 3. Look at this. Minus 5 is there, right? We want to transpose minus 5 or take minus 5 onto the other side. When you do that, it becomes plus 5. It means a equal to 3 plus 5. Got it? Now let's look at another example. 3p equal to 1. Number 3 is multiplying p, right? When you transpose this 3 onto the right hand side, it becomes 1 by 3 because it is going to divide on the other side, right? Now let's look at another example. Z by 3 equal to 1. Here the variable z we want to get the value of, and 3 is dividing z. If you take this 3 onto the other side, that is what is called transposing, right? When you transpose number 3 onto the right hand side, actually it is going to multiply number 1 on the other side. So it is going to be z equal to 1 times 3. You understood now what does it mean by transpose method? You may recall that certain steps of inverse method are exactly same as certain steps of transpose method, right? Let us solve another problem now. I think of a number. If I double it and take 7 away, then I get 35. Can you tell the number that I thought of? Let's first transform this given statement into linear equation, right? Once you do that, you can solve the linear equation to obtain the number which I thought of, right? To do that, let's first assume the number I thought of as x. Initially, it is said that I think of a number, right? That number, I am assuming it to be x. Now, it is said that you double it first. It means it becomes 2x, right? When you say double it, it can be either x plus x, you can say that is 2x, right? Now, you have to take 7 away from whatever you have obtained here. You have obtained 2x, right? You have to take 7 away from it. Means you have to subtract 7 from that, right? So that I got the expression as 2x minus 7, right? This is equal to number 35 here. That's why let me write it as 2x minus 7 equal to 35. If you observe this, it is a linear equation because x has got only 1 as the power, and it has got only one variable, linear equation in one variable. And another point you have to note here is the variable is on one side of the equation. We know how to solve this, right? Let us solve 2x minus 7 equal to 35 to find the answer. We'll use transpose method. It means this minus 7 is there, right? Let us transpose minus 7 from left hand side to right hand side. When you do that, minus 7 becomes plus 7, right? It means I can write it as 2x equal to 35 plus 7. It means 2x equal to 42. Now look at this equation. 2x equal to 42 is another form of the given equation, right? Now when you observe this, 2 is multiplying variable x, right? Let's transpose 2 of 2x equal to 42 to right hand side. When you do that, this 2, when it comes onto this side, it is going to divide number 42, right? So x is going to be equal to 42 by 2, that is 21. X equal to 21, right? Now you obtained the answer. The number I thought of is number 21. How do I verify it? To verify that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute number 21 onto left hand side of the equation, 2x minus 7, right? When you substitute x equal to 21, it can be written as 2 times 21 minus 7, right? 2 times 21 is 42. Subtract 7 from that, so you get 35 as the answer. If you look at this equation, 35 is the RHS, right? Now, we started with LHS, that is 2x minus 7. And when you have substituted the solution, whatever you have obtained, that is x equal to 21 into left hand side, and simplify it, you got 35 as the answer. That is exactly equal to RHS of the given equation, right? For that reason, we say that 21 is the solution to 2x minus 7 equal to 35, right? So let me say that the number I thought of is 21. Got it? Let us solve another problem now. That is, sum of two numbers is 29 and one number exceeds another by 5. Find the numbers. We have said that there are two numbers, their sum is 29 and one number of the given numbers is exceeding the another number by 5, right? It means there are two numbers, one is smaller than the other, right? Let me assume the smaller number to be x. If smaller number is x, this particular statement says that another number is bigger by 5, right? It means another number is going to be x plus 5, right? And look at the first statement. Sum of these two numbers is 29. It means when you sum x and x plus 5, you are going to get 29 as the answer. Let me write this particular statement as the equation. X plus 5 equal to 29. Rearrange it such that it can be written as x plus 5 equal to 29. That is going to be 2x plus 5 equal to 29. You look at this equation. It has got only one variable. Its power is 1. That's why degree of this particular equation is 1. It means it is a linear equation, and linear equation having variable on only one side, right? Now, let us solve this equation to find the numbers. Look at this. I have plus 5 as a term other than the term containing variable x, right? Since plus 5 is there, if I transpose plus 5 onto the other side, it becomes minus 5, right? Let's do that. Let us transpose 5 of 2x plus 5 equal to 29 to the RHS so that it can be written as 2x equal to 29 minus 5, right? That is equal to 2x is equal to 24. Now look at this. This equation is obtained by simplifying this equation, right? This is also a linear equation in one variable, and variable is on one side of the equation, right? Look at this. 2 is multiplying x. That's why I want to transpose 2 of 2x equal to 24 onto the right hand side. When you do that, that particular 2 is going to divide number 24, right? So I can write the equation as x equal to 24 by 2. It is 12, right? X equal to 12 is the solution we are looking for. The smaller number, we said that is x. We got it. The value of x is 12. Now, we said that another number exceeds x by 5. That's why we said another number is x plus 5, right? Let's substitute x equal to 12 so that x plus 5 becomes 17, right? Now you have two numbers, x equal to 12 and x plus 5 equal to 17. These are the two numbers. Let's say that the numbers you are looking for are 12 and 17. How do I confirm this, whether these are the numbers or not? We can verify, right? Look at this statement. Sum of the two numbers is 29. Meaning when you add these two numbers, if you get 29, you can say that you have verified the solution, right? Let's do that now. Sum of two numbers is 29 given, and let's sum 12 and 17. These are the numbers we have obtained as solution, right? 12 plus 17 equal to 29. Since this is satisfying the statement given in the problem, we say that the solution is correct and it is verified. Got it? I hope you like the video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel Learn to Score. Thank you.